Funeral services are being held today for some of the victims in the Uvalde, Texas school shooting as more questions arise about law enforcement's delayed response. Also, a highway in North Madison is shut down for hours following a crash that caused a garbage truck to roll over. This is News 3 Now at noon. New at noon, westbound lanes of Highway 19 were closed this morning after a crash involving a garbage truck and a motorcycle. The crash happened just after 9 this morning near Lake Road. Dane County dispatcher said the garbage truck rolled during the crash, but it's unclear how the motorcycle was involved in that crash. 2 ambulances were sent to the scene, but the number and severity of the injuries also unclear. Police say a Greene County deputy is okay after a car chase resulted in him crashing his own car into a ditch. It happened early Tuesday morning. According to the sheriff's office, the deputy began to chase a speeder on County Highway X and continued to State Highway 59. The deputy later picked up the chase back up on County Highway OK, which then continued through Jefferson Township. Eventually, the deputy's car left the road on a curve, went into a ditch, and then hit a fence and tree. He was okay. The other driver got away. Let's head to the weather center now. Julian Seawright has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Much nicer than yesterday out there.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous out as we're starting off our afternoon here on Wednesday. Taking a look outside, we can see the cloud cover starting to just dissipate just a little bit as we're continuing throughout the rest of the day. It's 65 degrees outside, folks, and humidity is very low as well, so it is a gorgeous start to our afternoon. Now, taking a look at our cloud cover, however, we're going to start to see that thin out even more as we get into the rest of our afternoon. So expect some nice sunshine, nice temperatures, and overall it's just going to feel really good. Here's a look at the last 24 hours. Double-digit change in decrease in temperatures here in southern Wisconsin. Just goes to show you how mild it was yesterday, but it's definitely cool for today. Temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 66 in Janesville with 65 in Platteville. Many of us into those middle 60s. And again, we're not looking at much of humidity, so it's going to be very comfortable throughout the course of the day. However, we are looking at areas just south of us that are still dealing with a bit of showers, but we're looking at a dry trend that we're going to be talking about in just a few moments. So make sure that you're staying tuned because we do have a nice stretch before we start to see some changes heading into the weekend. Mark?
Yep, opening the windows, get some fresh air in there.
Absolutely.
All right, Joe, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Grieving families in Uvalde, Texas are laying their loved ones to rest this week. Those who were killed in a mass shooting at an elementary school. A Texas family-run business has donated 19 caskets, all customized with what the children liked. As the wreaths and flowers pile on, so do the questions. Authorities initially said the shooter walked in through a side door left open by a teacher, but that teacher's lawyer says she shut it when she learned there was a gunman. Investigators say the door was closed but did not lock when shut like it was designed to. Also in question, why it took officers 75 minutes to confront the gunman.
I don't understand how police officers, they're sworn to protect, and they're outside the room, and just hearing gunshots, kids screaming. Go in there, save those kids.
Today will be the funeral for 10-year-old Jose Flores Jr. and his teacher, Irma Garcia, and her husband, Joe, who died of a heart attack days after the shooting. Meanwhile, CBS News has learned the chief of police for Uvalde has stopped responding to state investigators seeking another interview. Renewed efforts continue in Congress to find common ground on gun violence prevention and gun control legislation in the wake of recent mass shootings in New York and Texas. Skylar Henry has the latest.
As the nation continues to grieve, an effort to strengthen federal gun laws is underway on Capitol Hill.
This is a test of democracy.
Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy convened a small group of colleagues from both sides of the aisle Tuesday to discuss background checks, red flag laws, safe gun storage, and school security.
I can't guarantee you that there will be a compromise, but I think we will know one way or the other, by next week.
Their proposals would still face a tough road in the Senate, where Republican leaders do not agree guns are to blame.
The problem, which is mental illness and school safety.
President Biden says it's time for Congress to act to address the country's epidemic of gun violence, but is also looking at actions he could take on his own.
This president has done more executive actions at this point than any other president, but it's not up to him alone. He cannot do this alone.
The House Judiciary Committee is expected to meet Thursday to consider a gun legislation package which would, among other things, raise the age for purchasing a semi-automatic centerfire rifle from 18 to 21 years old. While the Protecting Our Kids Act would likely pass the Democratic-led House, it's unlikely to get the 60 votes needed in the evenly divided Senate. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And yesterday, New York State Democrats announced they will soon join 5 other states to ban the sale of semi-automatic rifles to people under 21. A woman who was shot in the Brooklyn subway shooting back in April is suing gunmaker Glock and its Austria-based parent company. The woman was one of 10 people shot when Frank James allegedly opened fire on a subway. She had significant gunshot injuries with a bullet fracturing part of her spine. The lawsuit seeks to hold Glock accountable for marketing strategies they say puts guns in the hands of those who will kill and maim innocent people. Glock has not yet responded to a request for comment. The CDC is appealing a district court decision to end the travel mask mandate. The mandate was struck down in April, preventing the federal government from implementing it nationwide. The CDC argues masks are an effective way to prevent the spread of communicable diseases. It has also defended its authority to issue the mandate, pointing to mandates that have been upheld by the Supreme Court. Well, today marks the first day of Pride Month. Throughout the month, many communities will hold parades, festivals, concerts, and much more celebrating the LGBTQ+ communities. Pride Month started as a tribute to those who took part in the Stonewall riots. On June 28, 1969, police raided a gay club in New York called the Stonewall Inn. Protests and clashes continued over 6 days, with people demanding the creation of places where the LGBTQ community could be open about their sexual orientation without the fear of getting arrested. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. President Biden addresses rising inflation, and one of Taco Bell's most popular items is in short supply. More in your CBS News Money Watch report coming up after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Tuesday. Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
I'm Alex Lasry, a Democrat running to beat Senator Ron Johnson.
And I'm Lauren Lasry, and this is our daughter Eleanor. I know Alex will always fight for working families.
To get more money in the pockets of working people and lower costs.
By making paid leave available and healthcare more affordable.
And I'll always be a relentless supporter of a woman's right to choose.
Especially now. Alex is exactly the kind of ally Tammy Baldwin needs in the Senate.
So I approve this message because we have to do better than having Ron Johnson as our senator.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Due to someone else's carelessness, Martha was seriously injured. She knew to call Hupy and Abraham.
They got me way more than I thought I would ever get.
Put a law firm with experience and resources on your side. Find out how much more your case may be worth. Get every dollar you may deserve.
If you want to win, call Hupy and Abraham.
Call Hupy and Abraham right now. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
What's at the top of your home improvement list? Did you say better insulation? Because better insulation makes everything you do in your home better. Even just walking in the front door on a hot day. So get ready for summer now with USA Premium Foam. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation. Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
President Biden says addressing inflation is his top economic priority. Meeting with Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell at the White House, the president wants to overhaul the tax code, cut the nation's deficit, and make housing and prescription drugs more affordable. As for the Fed's role, the central bank is expected to continue raising interest rates until inflation is under control. The Supreme Court blocks a Texas law that would have prevented social media companies from removing or censoring hateful content. The decision puts the law on hold and sends it back to the lower courts. Conservative groups claim tech companies like Facebook and Twitter unfairly target their voices, but the companies insist they apply their guidelines evenly. And one of Taco Bell's most popular items is in short supply. Mexican pizza, which the chain just brought back last month, is already sold out in many restaurants. Taco Bell says on Twitter that demand is 7 times higher than expected and says it's trying to restock ingredients as fast as possible. And that is your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 366 points. The NASDAQ off 157. The S&P 500 down 45. Next at noon, Pam Yankee has your latest ag numbers, and Howard shares a new recipe from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Plus, Julian has your latest forecast when we come back.
Hey everybody, who's coming to the big show? It's Fed Aid, Saturday, June 11th at Ho Chunk Gaming and Casino in Wisconsin Dells. An all-day outdoor event. Come out for classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles during the day and stay for the concert at night. Featuring country superstar Trace Atkins, Runaway Jew, the Mascot Theory, and Bev Killyman. All benefiting heat and housing for heroes. Visit VetAidWI.com for details and to purchase tickets for Trace Atkins.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes and I approve this message.
A great night's sleep starts on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. Tempur-Pedic is the most recommended mattress in America. And right now, Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at just $21.99. Plus, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic adjustable base set and save up to $500. And with Steinhoffels special financing and free delivery, your new Tempur-Pedic is even more affordable. Isn't it time for a good night's sleep? Relax. It's Steinhoffels.
A trucking accident can be devastating and complex. Gingras, Thompson & Walk's law firm wants you to be informed. From the freight and trucking companies to the owner-operators, the liability can be unclear. Too many victims settle without understanding their rights. You need a law team like GTW, who has a history of winning cases with large settlements for victims, to investigate and advocate for you. Contact GTW lawyers for a free consultation. All in to win. Gingras, Thompson & Walks.
News 3 Now is taking action, reaching out to our community to lend a helping hand.
Taking action by teaming with our neighbors and local leaders to help make this amazing community we share a better place to live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Celebrate the great outdoors on National Trails Day. Tomorrow, Josh Bryder's in the 608 with a weekend event packed with activities for the whole family.
And as outdoor activities ramp up this summer, we're tracking a weekend rain chance tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. A little nicer day out there today.
Yeah, a little breezy, perfect for people that have got some hay down that they're trying to harvest. And we know that about 13% of Wisconsin's first cutting of hay is out there being processed right now. That's some of the latest information from our crop progress report that came out yesterday afternoon. The nice news is that our Wisconsin farmers have been closing the gap. Remember, we were a little bit behind early in May when things were cool and wet and not so favorable, but we're closing that gap pretty quickly. In Wisconsin, 80% of our corn is in the ground, and of the corn that has been planted, 55% is already through the soil surface. So we're basically moved ourselves right back to our 5-year average. Same thing with soybeans. 73% of our soybeans are in the ground now, and about 39% of the seed that's planted already poking its way through the soil surface. 87% of our potatoes are in the ground also. Like I said, 13% of our first cutting of alfalfa has already been harvested. And as far as condition is concerned, 77% of our hay stands called good to excellent. That's a 2 percentage point increase in a week's time. So again, more moderate temperature today. Fine and dandy for our pastures and our alfalfa fields. Hey, Wisconsin dairy producers, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but back in April, you broke a record with the amount of money you were paid for your milk. According to the Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service, the all milk price in April set a new record. $27.10 a hundredweight. That was $1.80 more than dairy farmers were paid for their March milk, and $8.20 a hundredweight more than they were paid for their April milk 2021. Last time we saw a record-breaking price was September of 2014 at $26.60. But again, I always want to remind you, don't let that number go to your head or your pocketbook, folks, because I'll tell you what, trying to be a farmer in 2022 with increased costs for everything from diesel right on through to feed whittles away at that record price pretty quickly. Barrel cheese today up 3/4 cents at $2.30 1/4. 40-pound block cheese unchanged again today, but double A butter up a penny at $2.89 a pound. Yeah, this weather definitely a lot easier on man and beast out there. I'll be curious to hear what we've got coming our way for later this week.
Let's find out right now. Thank you, Pam. Here's Julian with the forecast, and it's summer.
That's right. It is meteorological summer. This is the first day of it. Starts on June 1st, and it's going to be sticking around for us until August 31st. Even though the actual official day of summer is June 21st for the summer solstice, well, we're going to be celebrating a little bit early. And we are celebrating with some wonderful temperatures outside. As of right now, we can see just some thin layers of clouds into our skies here in Madison. But as we look ahead, it's going to feel really good for us, folks. Into the lower 70s, around 65 degrees as of right now is what we're seeing, but the winds aren't going to be too bad either. Just a nice light breeze going to keep things even more cool. So as we go throughout the rest of today, I know a lot of us love to go for a run. Well, we're looking at pretty perfect conditions throughout the rest of today, so make sure that you get your run in. Now, as we take a look at what the change has been over the last 24 hours, double digits for many of us here in southern Wisconsin. That just goes to show you how warm it was yesterday, but now it is on to the cool end, and it is dry. That's probably the best part right now. A lot of dry conditions for us here in southern Wisconsin, and even for the upper Midwest, where our friends just in Illinois, it's just dealing with the light rain showers as of right now, as that cold front is continuing to push its way across the Midwest as it tracks itself east. Well, we're now looking at those cooler temperatures to really settle into the upper Midwest for at least the next couple of days. And that's what we're going to be seeing for us. By the time we get into our 5 p.m. commute, we're going to see that cloud cover start to clear up for us, and lower 70s will stick around. Going into tonight, you might see a light, quick little shower coming in from the south, but it's not going to be very widespread, and it's going to be very brief. But aside from that, we're staying relatively dry for us throughout the next 24 hours and then some. So as we wake up to our Thursday morning, we're looking at the 50s, nice, comfortable conditions. Once again, plenty of clear sky. And as we get into our Thursday afternoon and even to our Thursday evening, still not a whole lot of change, and very similar to what we're feeling for today, as those lower 70s are still kicking around, even though some of us might see the mid-70s, but still it's going to feel pretty good for us regardless as we get into our Thursday evening. Now, the other thing is that, okay, the surface is feeling pretty good. Well, how about our humidity? Well, we're not going to be seeing much of that either. The best chance of us seeing an increase in humidity will be later on this evening, but as we transition into our Thursday, it's still going to be very comfortable as we're into the lower 50s and about the middle 50s as we get into our Thursday evening once again. So we're not going to be looking at too much in terms of it being muggy or sticky for us. But as we get into the weekend, that's when we're going to see our best chances of seeing some rain start to roll in throughout southern Wisconsin. So until then, enjoy the weather for today, Thursday, and for Friday, because as we get into our Saturday, rolling into Monday, we will start to see a few systems starting to roll in. That'll be bringing us some soggy conditions, so you might not want to have too many plans outdoors as we get into the weekend. But here's our 3 things we'll need to know. It's going to be cool for now. Then as we get into the weekend, we're still going to stay cool, but it will be on the wet side and now carry into next week. But taking a look at our next 10 days is what we're seeing for us. 70s are going to stay in our forecast for the large majority. And as we get into next week, well, we have a couple of upper 60s. So the cool trend is what we're seeing. I'm happy for it, even though we do have a couple of shots of seeing some storms and even some rain as well. We need the rain, but staying cool for the first week of June, I will take that, Mark.
Absolutely. It's very pleasant out there.
Yeah.
All right, Julian, thank you. Well, speaking of summer, Howard says today's recipe in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen simply screams summertime fun. Let's check it out.
If there's one dessert that shouts summer, it's got to be s'mores. But when we want them, we need hot coals to toast marshmallows. And when that's not possible, rather than simply passing them by, we created a bar cookie version that's anytime easy. We begin by beating some butter and sugar until it's nice and creamy. Once it is, we add in some peanut butter, an egg, and a splash of vanilla. After that comes together, we slowly mix in some self-rising flour and beat it until it creates a soft dough. Now we spread this into a baking dish and top it off with a jar of marshmallow cream. It's a good idea to spray our spreader with nonstick cooking spray so it doesn't stick to it. A few chocolate chips and roasted peanuts go on top before baking it off. And if you're thinking, wait, peanut butter doesn't belong in s'mores, well, after one bite, all of that will change. You see, with the combo of the chocolate and the marshmallow cream, along with all the peanut buttery richness, you won't even miss toasting marshmallows. So here's what I suggest. Go online and get the recipe for our peanut butter s'more bars as a way to welcome in summer with a dessert that's as portable as can be. I'm Howard from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a toasty and a gooey way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you, Howard. Next to noon, Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council. She's out on the patio. She has some great steak recipes, perfect for summer. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey, this one's free. Car in front of you pay for it.
The best things in life are free.
This is the greatest day of my life!
Just wait till she hears about free installation from Feldco.
Free installation?
Free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest until 2024. That's something to get excited about.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Everything's so expensive, it's stretching our family thin. It never used to be like this. It's tougher on us to make ends meet because America's too dependent on China, and Ron Johnson's making it worse. He voted against cracking down on China with tougher trade deals and voted for tax breaks to corporations shipping jobs overseas, and even refused to punish China when it manipulates its currency. And Ron Johnson even defended shipping American jobs overseas. Senator Johnson, stop making it easier on China and tougher on us.
It's Wow Wednesdays at HyVee this Wednesday. Get 6 packs of Coke products, only $1.48. HyVee single serve or bagged coffee, only $2.99. Kraft American singles, only $2.99. And organic Driscoll's blackberries, only $2.99. Wednesday only. For more ways to save on hundreds of items every day at HyVee, check out our monthly catalog, our weekly ad, and scan the QR code to visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You sell high commission investment products, right?
Nope, Fisher avoids them.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Never at Fisher Investments.
Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No. We structure our fees so we do better when clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Angie Harkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is here. This guy smells steak.
He's here.
Hi, Ange. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Beautiful day to be out here.
I know. So I thought we'd talk about steaks. Okay, May's gone, which is crazy.
Father's Day is a couple
Father's
weeks
Day is a couple weeks away, and I talked a lot about burgers in May, but I've got some of the most popular steaks for the grill here, and I've got a little bit of a flare-up, so let's turn this down. But I've got a T-bone. I've got a porterhouse, interchangeable. The only difference really is that
bigger fillet.
Yeah, the bigger fillet. So these are both labeled T-bones in my supermarkets.
Oh, interesting.
Same price.
Yeah, if you look through the T-bones, you can sometimes find one with the bigger
snag
fillet.
one with the bigger fillet. But yeah, our first recipe calls for T-bones, and actually you could interchange any of these steaks in these recipes. But this is a spicy 5-pepper T-bone. Really, I took a 4-pepper blend, and I ground it up in a spare coffee grinder, the peppercorns, and then I added another pepper, a crushed red pepper.
Oh, that's my favorite.
And then some kosher salt. So I got that rubbed on the steaks. I did some extra peppers on the side. You could definitely put some rub with those peppers. And then on the website, it has a recipe for a steak sauce, kind of a homemade steak sauce, which you put a little bit of this pepper rub into it. So just a little pepper or a little garlic, onion, ketchup, beef broth, balsamic vinegar, molasses, soy.
Pretty easy.
Kind of saute it up, throw it in the blender, blend it, and then it's got some of that pepper blend in there.
All right, second one.
Second run calls for strips, but of course you could do ribeyes. Not a lot of difference between the ribeye and the strip on where it comes from on the animal. So both great cuts. Ribeyes are a little bigger. I got the bone-in ribeyes here. But this is called a Grecian strip steaks with mushroom and onion kebabs. So I rubbed these with garlic, lemon pepper, and dried oregano. And then I also tossed some of the same flavoring in with the mushrooms and the onions, and then skewered them up, and then just grilled the steak that way. And then you could...
Did you grill these too?
Yep, I grilled those too. And then you could cut a lemon in half and squeeze some lemon over the top, or put some feta cheese on top and let that kind of melt there on our strip.
My mouth is watering right now.
Don't forget your meat thermometer when you're grilling. Make sure you get your good temperatures, that what you want, 145 for medium rare, nice pink juicy center, or if you want to go a little bit past that, you go 150, 155, let them rest to get up to 160 for a medium.
So it depends on the thickness of the steak, how long it's on the grill.
Definitely, yeah, and everybody's grill kind of cooks a little different, and too, if it's windy or if it's a little cooler outside, it'll
charcoal.
Charcoal, right. So I always like to set my timer 5 minutes, flip them, do another 5, check the meat thermometer. It'll take longer, but
that's exactly what I do.
That's how you get that perfect taste.
You don't want to go too far.
All right, beeftips.com.
Beeftips.com, click right on As Seen on TV, and we got we just redid our Get Your Grill On page, so we've got everything you need to know for summer grilling there.
All right.
Plus more.
More than you need.
Exactly.
Ange, thank you.
You're welcome.
Julian, get through the weather here, and then we can eat.
That's right. So with the weather, is definitely grilling type of weather for us. It's going to be gorgeous. As we take a look at our 10-day forecast, today it feels great out here. Angie and both Mark can attest to that. And it's going to be great throughout the rest of the week as well. So definitely enjoy it, because we will start to see some soggier conditions. Though the surface might not be as warm, we're still going to be looking at plenty of soggy conditions throughout the next few days for us. Transitioning into next week, though, folks, a little bit of change, but not much, as we're still going to be on the cool end. So the cool trend's going to stick around, but the rain is also going to be here as well. Not too bad, though, for the first week of June. Definitely some nice kick to our summer.
Meteorological summer.
I gotta love it.
No rain until the weekend. So
So we're going to be dry until we get into Saturday, folks.
All right. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Okay. You can eat now. Thanks for watching.